I'm Sarah Hansen from Asia Business News with the Australian Market Report for the 17th of March 2009. The rally on Wall Street came to an end yesterday, with the market ending slightly lower over refreshed worries of the health of financial firms. Yet despite these falls on Wall Street Monday, the Australian market closed marginally higher as financial stocks surged. The benchmark S&P ASX 200 index gained 0.1%, or 3.2 points at 3,348.4, while the broader All Ordinaries index was up 0.1%, or 2.6 points at 3,297.3. And good news for Australian shares, which may receive support from the stronger copper and oil prices. Looking at the key economic facts and figures, the Australian Bureau of Statistics has released figures on lending finance for January. The results showed that the value of personal finance issued in January rose 1.4% after a seasonal adjustment from December, climbing to almost 6.5 billion Australian dollars. Commercial finance rose 6.5% in January in seasonally adjusted terms from December to just over 31 billion Australian dollars. The only fall was in lease finance, dropping 17% in seasonally adjusted terms in January to 443 million Australian dollars. It's expected the Reserve Bank of Australia will release the minutes of their March board meeting later today. Turning to the latest news in mergers and acquisitions, it's speculated that Canadian media group CanWest Global Communications is seeking 390 million Australian dollars fundraising, with the expected sale of its 56.6% holding in 10 Network from 5 to now 6 investors. CanWest declined to comment and said the company remained focused on operating its businesses. Infrastructure group Asiano plans to raise over 1 billion Australian dollars to pay down its debt. The company said it's considering buyout offers for all of its assets after a plan to sell a half stake in its coal haulage division failed to attract sufficient interest. Now for important corporate news. Investment bank Macquarie Group has created a new lending unit which will be headed by Ben Brazil to use part of the 13 billion Australian dollars raised in the past 3 months from the sovereign guarantee. Oz Minerals Limited said it's in talks with lenders for further bridging finance to cover any cash requirements that may arise during the bid period for the 2.6 billion Australian dollar takeover offer from China Minmetals. Virgin Blue has seen a rise in both domestic and international passenger numbers for January 2009, with the domestic figures increasing by 7.4% over the previous year and the international passenger numbers increasing by 33.4%. Premier Investments has reported a huge gain in their first half net profit of up to 49.18 million Australian dollars. That's an increase from just over 21 million Australian dollars from the previous corresponding period. The company has maintained its guidance for the full year. And finally, AXA Asia Pacific said it will raise 500 million Aussie dollars through an institutional placement at 2.85 Australian dollars per share. That's the news report from the Asia Business News Centre for Tuesday, the 17th of March 2009. I'm Sarah Hansen.